It's usually because those relationships are based on a lie, okay, a falsehood. And this brings me to a story. Long ago, when I was in yoga teacher training, I remember I was 19 in this training. It was the summer I turned 19, and and of course, you know, yoga, it's a spiritual community. The woman that was doing the training was recently back in the world, having lived in an ashram for the past, I think, 20 years. You know, she was very, very deep into the spiritual. And there were, of course, drama that came out because people's stuff was up. And I remember asking this question, and really what it was an observation. And I didn't really realize it at the time what I was saying and how it was really landing for people. Because someone got done saying that, oh, well, I forgive them, la, 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 you know. And later on that day, my question was, how do you know when you really forgive? Like when that's truly what is in your spirit, when it really is the authentic feeling inside of yourself, you're truly feeling the liberation of forgiveness. Okay. Now, I didn't know it at the time because I was just aware of what I was feeling. I wasn't really paying attention to how that was landing with everybody, but that, like, everybody went silent. And what I didn't realize I was calling out was certain people's inauthenticity in saying they forgive. You know, it was a fake forgiveness. It wasn't real forgiveness. It was their ego driver feeling superior in being able to offer forgiveness or wanting to offer forgiveness. So it was really a lie. No one was really truly forgiving anybody. It was one establishing their superiority over another. I'm more virtuous than you, therefore. Okay. So when you have relationships based on lies, the silent agreement that's been made energetically, right, is that you stay in this lane, I stay in this lane, and this is where it's okay for us to connect. As soon as you veer out of the lane where that silent agreement is, there's something wrong with you. You see what I mean? Don't be so negative. Don't be this way. That's, you know, the silent agreement has been breached. And this is the sickness in most spiritual communities. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. I've been in many different kinds of spiritual communities. It's an illness. I believe it's an illness. It's like a virtue illness. I'm this status because I'm this level of virtue. I am like this because I'm vegan and nonviolent, you know, all this stuff. It's like when we make relationships with those silent agreements in place, we quite literally agree silently not to be our authentic selves. And when we do step in, do growth, and we step into our authentic truth, we've breached the agreement, and the other person feels that and they want to reject because the agreement's been breached. You see what I mean? Cosmic connections. Let me know if how this lands for you. I can say that the first half of my life, up to about 38 years old, okay, maybe a little bit more than half my life, most, if not all, of my friendships were based in that. Okay, they're all based on those silent agreements of inauthenticity. Because people would tell me they feel like this, they feel like that, and I'd feel really good, like, oh, great, la 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 la. And then later, their actions would, I'd be completely blindsided by their actions because they were in the exact opposite of their statements several weeks prior. You see what I mean? And I was like, whoa, how'd that happen? What happened? You know? And then somehow I was the bad guy when I had no idea that was going on because I was told the opposite of how they really feel. They were sharing with me the opposite of how they really feel. And as an empath, I was very, very confused back then because everybody around me felt one way and said something else. They wanted to say what was right, which was what they should say, or how they should feel, or what the virtuous thing to say.